Hello and welcome to this video on Aegis Logistics Limited. Aegis Logistics is a leading oil and gas logistics company in India. In this video, we will analyze the company's current market performance and future outlook. Market capitalization, PE ratio, ROE, and ROCE. Let's start by looking at Aegis Logistics' current market capitalization, PE ratio, ROE, and ROCE. According to Money Control, Aegis Logistics market capitalization is Rs. 13,383 crore as of March 10, 2023. Screener reports that the company has a low return on equity of 12.7% over the last 3 years. However, Trendline provides data that the return on equity, ROE, for the last financial year was 16.4%. Which is in the normal range of 10% to 20%. Top Stock Research reports that the latest ROCE ratio with a value of 16.26 is greater than the average ROCE of 15.49 in the last 5 years. Promoter and mutual fund holdings. Now, let's look at the changes in promoter and mutual fund holdings. Money Control reports that promoters' holding remains unchanged at 58.07% in DEC 2022 quarter, while mutual funds have increased their holdings from 2.77% to 3.10% in DEC 2022 quarter. Trendline also provides data that mutual fund holding increased by 0.3% in the last quarter to 3.1%. Stock price performance and volume. Next, let's examine Aegis Logistics stock price performance and volume. As of March 10, 2023, the stock was trading at Rs. 382.15, down by 0.85, minus 0.22%, from the previous day's close. The stock's 52-week range is Rs. 187.00 to Rs. 401.85, and it has shown strong performance over the past year with a gain of 96.19%. The company's stock has also shown a positive trend in the short term, with gains of 3.49% in the past week and 7.45% in the past month. The 20-day average volume is 6,19,787. And the 20-day average delivery percentage is 46.51%. Pivot levels. Finally, let's take a look at the pivot levels for Aegis Logistics. The classic pivot levels for the stock are R1, 386.80, R2, 392.30, R3, 396.20, PP, 382.90. S1, 377.40, S2, 373.50, and S3, 368.00. The Fibonacci pivot levels are R1, 386.49, R2, 388.71, R3, 392.30, PP, 382.90, S1, 379.31, S2, 377.09, and S3, 373.50. The Camarilla pivot levels are R1, 382.16, R2, 383.02, R3, 383.88, PP, 382.90, S1, 380.44, S2, 379.58, and S3, 378.72. These pivot levels can help traders identify potential support and resistance levels for the stock. It's important to note that these levels should be used in conjunction with other technical and fundamental analysis to make informed trading decisions. So, what does all this information mean for Aegis Logistics Limited? Well, overall, it seems to be a fairly stable company with consistent returns. Its ROE is within the normal range of 10 to 20%, although its ROCE is slightly above average at 16.26. One potential concern is the low return on equity of 12.7% over the last 3 years, as reported by Screener. However, the fact that mutual funds have been increasing their holdings in the company is a positive sign, indicating that these investment professionals see potential for growth in the future. In terms of market performance, Aegis Logistics Limited has seen steady growth over the last few years, with a 3-year return of 83.8% and a 1-year return of 96.19%. It's also been performing well in the short term, with a 3-month return of 15.69%. However, it's worth noting that its current PE ratio of 32.10 is higher than the sector average of 23.98, indicating that the stock may be slightly overvalued. All of this information suggests that Aegis Logistics Limited is a stable and potentially profitable investment, but as always, it's important to do your own research and consult with a financial professional before making any investment decisions.